And that's the name of the game, because they want to have us in a position, and everybody else in the world for that matter, in a position where we're at the mercy of these people. And they want us to be forced to accept their world government and their world currency and their satanic new world order.
Well, I hope you're getting that message out on everybody's program, because I think it's an important message, and I know you're reaching an awful lot of people, Bob.
Well, I talk about it on every program, and for good reason. It's the heart of the matter.
Right, it sure is.
It's the fight between good and evil, and I found that out finally in 1967. I became involved in this thought process in 1960.
Well, because you were a lot smarter than I was. It took me a lot longer than that before I really began to connect the dots and realize there was something else behind communism. There was something else behind fascism and Nazism, because they were all being subsidized from the United States, and it just didn't make sense. And it wasn't until I began to realize the spiritual nature of the battle and the spiritual forces working behind the scenes that any of this begins to make any sense. Well,
I'll tell you, Stan, in those days, we couldn't get hardly anybody to listen.
Well, at least they're listening to you, and I know certainly you're on the Alex Jones Show, and you're on the Republic Network, and you're certainly with Butch Paw and so many of the other friends of ours, and getting the information out on a regular basis. So I applaud you for it, and you must be doing almost as much radio time every week as I am.
20 hours.
20 hours, okay. Well, I guess...
you'd think we'd break down or something at our age, but obviously it fits our personalities.
Hold that thought.
Good for us, so to speak.
Well, this is Dr. Stan. Our guest is Bob Chapman. Our telephone number is 1-888-24-LIBERTY. 1-888-24-LIBERTY or 464-8295. But right now, Bob, I want you to tell our listeners how they can get in touch with you, how they can subscribe to the International Forecaster if they want to, so they can read twice a week what's really going on behind the scenes.
The International Forecaster is about business, finance, economics, and social and political issues all over the world. And we publish by internet on Wednesdays and Saturdays, usually runs around 35 pages each time. And we have a hard copy that goes out twice a month for those who are not on the internet. If you would like to get a free introductory copy, you can get it one of three ways. You can go to our site, and that address is theinternationalforecaster.com. Theinternational, FORECASTER.com. Or you can email us at international_forecaster@yahoo.com. international_forecaster@yahoo.com. Or you can call toll free 800-375-4188. That's 800-375-4188. Is getting out worldwide.
Well, I think that what I've come to understand is there was a point where American people, we're very tolerant of tyrants. It's amazing. What point do you think the world, this country is going to say enough's enough, and we're going to take rope down to Washington D.C. and march on the Capitol?
Well, I think it will take a great many people without work, without a home, without their vehicles. People who are desperate. And it won't be just marching on Washington. They'll march on everything. And it's going to happen all over the world, not just in the United States.
But I think
isn't it already happening in
going on
and other places?
50% of the countries of the world or more.
But Dan, what we have to do is get the people to understand how it all fits together, because there are going to be a lot of false leaders out there giving them a lot of false information. So you've got to help us get the information out. Hey, we're going to
I am, Stan. I am taking the position. I'm getting all my ducks in a row.
Good.
Because when I approach these people, I have to have the information and not falter. I want to. You're my mentor. Okay,
Well,
but I need my ducks in a row, and that's why your program is so great to give people like Bob Chapman and Pastor Butch and all that with to understand things, because people need to understand, and I need to educate my fellow man.
Okay, amen to that, and I appreciate that. Our November and December 2008 newsletters are excellent to give you the background, and of course the January newsletter is even better. We're going to get that one of these days. Anyway, God bless. Thanks so much, Dan.
Okay, God bless. And
let's go to Brenda, who's calling us from Paso Robles, California. That was Dan from Pennsylvania. Again, our telephone number is 1-888-24-LIBERTY, 1-888-24-LIBERTY. Brenda, are you getting the storm down there in Paso Robles that we're getting here?
Very lightly here, Dr. Stanton.
All right, fine. Do you have a question or comment for Bob?
Yes, this is a question about a life insurance policy that I've had for many years. We have been getting billed for many years from our life insurance company, and now this last billing is from Lincoln Financial Group. Do we need to be concerned about that?
You do, because they just recently gotten a influx of money into their company, and I don't know how much it was, but I'll guess at $1 billion, and the Hartford Group did as well. And the state of Connecticut also lent the Hartford Group $1 billion. So Hartford's probably on the hook for $2 or $3 billion, and maybe it's $1 or $2 billion for Lincoln. But they don't get money unless they're on the edge of bankruptcy. Believe me. And if you have a policy and you've had it for years, you are probably past the 50% point of the policy. In other words, if it was $1 million policy, it's probably worth $600,000 or $700,000 or $800,000 on its own. And once you pay half of your insurance, what you're doing is you're self-insuring yourself. And my advice is, this is just general because I got to know all your details, but I would, because of the company involved, and because if the dollar is going to be devalued or even defaulted upon, being in a dollar-denominated asset isn't a very good idea. And so that's why I tell people to buy gold and silver-related assets, and if they must be in cash of some kind, then go to the Swiss franc treasuries. But I would seriously consider terminating the policy and taking the cash and doing that. And if you want more information, all you have to do is email me and put your phone number there, and I'll call you.
Okay?
Okay.
And do you want to give your email address out one more time, Bob?
International _ forecaster, FORECASTER, at Yahoo, YAHOO.com.
Good. You get
that, Brenda? We don't charge anything for that. All we hope is that you become a subscriber.
Okay, thanks very much, Brenda.
The International Forecaster underlined?
International _ forecaster.
You don't use the word the.
Okay.
In the email address. It's international, and an underscore looks like a line on a line. It's not a dash. A dash is higher up.
Okay.
An underscore is a line on a line. It looks like a dash, but it's down on top of a line.
This is a term policy. Would that make any difference?
Yes, it does. If it's a term policy, you hold on to it.
Okay.
If it's a life insurance policy, it's a different story.
Okay, a term you're not paying as much as you would with and probably doesn't have any real inherent value then. Okay, fine. Thanks very much, Brenda, and let's go to
thank you.
Let's go to Sean calling from Minneapolis. Hi, Sean. Do you have a question or comment?
Hey, good evening to you, Dr. Stan and Mr. Chapman. It's great to talk to both of you. Mr. Chapman, I have a question for you. You have made a prediction that this scumbag, illegitimate government that we have in America is going to perpetrate another false flag operation sometime this year. And I read some very, very disturbing documentation on Alex Jones's website and a couple of others that there is very likely going to be either a biochemical or a biological attack in Chicago. Your opinion, Mr. Chapman, what are the odds of that happening, and what can we do to stop this parasitic government from doing it.